This new Mirror of Seasons trial event is already my favorite event, and it's only been out a few hours. It feels like the devs are finally giving a bone to some of these free-to-play players who want to be able to level up Anastasia. So let me show you how I was able to get 53 free aqua bindings for my free-to-play alt in just 20 minutes. But first I'm going to show you how I got to rank 1 on my main. When you first open up this event, you're going to see a screen just like this with absolutely no direction. This is you setting your defensive lineup. Imagine this is Apex Arena. The main difference is that you absolutely have to use Anastasia. You can't remove her. And if you don't have her, they're going to give her to you at level 210, 0 enhancements. You also aren't able to add certain heroes, including most of the healers like Serona or Tanya, and Patty is also off the table. Notice also that the level of all of your heroes is capped at 210. If your heroes aren't 210, they're still 210. Which is a really interesting way of leveling the playing field against some of the bigger players. Once your defensive lineup is set, you're brought into the event screen where you can actually finally see the rules. And here you'll see what we were mentioning about Anastasia being a fixed hero who's going to be added to your lineup as an NPC if you don't have her. Now let's look at some of the rewards. This is where it gets really interesting. For each milestone that you complete, you get not only aqua bindings, but also mirrors, which give you additional chances to attack in this arena event. So essentially, the more matches you do and the more you win and the higher your rank gets, the more you're going to be able to keep going. That's going to become really important later on. We also have daily rank awards that are going to be settled on a daily basis, which give you aqua bindings. And we have a seasons rank reward also that settles at the end of 5 days. This gives you the chance to get a pretty good amount of these Anastasia Shards and maybe start pushing her to +8, and also a really large number of aqua bindings, and this pretty frame with flowers on it, and +5% to your troop HP. In the lower tier rankings, you still get a pretty good amount of aqua bindings and some diamonds as well at the end of the season. Of course, if you run out of tries, you can always buy this pack for $4.99 and get 5 more attempts. But I'm going to show you can really keep rolling with this without buying anything. One thing to note is that also this is all servers. You're competing with every player out there, and this is going to get pretty intense competition for that top spot. So I'm really excited. This is going to be really interesting to see who can come out on top, especially with the handicap to the heroes. This is going to be much more of a skill-based battle. Who can do well with their heroes, who can do good match 3. I'm really excited to see who comes out at top at the end of this one. But let's dive into some gameplay strategies. When you just jump in, you're going to be down here in rank like 4,000, whatever. So you're going to climb up pretty quickly. I started out shopping for high points on my main account, and I was just picking whoever seemed like the quickest win for the most points. When picking my attack heroes, I'm really keeping in mind that there is no Patty and there's no good healers. You don't have Tanya. So I'm using some poison and burn attack heroes and going heavy on the red to kind of go in line with my Anastasia. I'm also using Edmund where I need him to help clean if somebody else is running a Norris or something like a Napon. In this case, they weren't, so I just went straight in with some of my heavy attack heroes to clear the board as quick as I could. So here we have our first win, and we already get 2 aqua bindings for free out of that. I'm going to keep shopping my points. Right here I was climbing the ranks basically as quick as I could to get to some higher, juicier targets. This is where you can see also, as you hit additional milestones, you get to pick up those mirrors. So now at the end of this match, I'm going to be able to come here and claim another 3 sets of rewards for challenging, winning, and score, which gives me 3 more tries to come in and do the same thing again. One thing I'll mention is that as I raised up the ranks, I did come in and swapped in Edmund just to give me an edge up if I was running into certain poison heroes like Fiona or burn heroes like Norris. That's going to help me cleanse them. So I'll cut to the chase here. I am already at rank 3 after doing this for, 40, 45 minutes. I had a number of successful attacks, a couple goofs, and my defense is also holding up pretty well. It's worth mentioning that losses or successful defenses don't impact your points, so you can't really come in like trade hits with friends in this event. It's not going to impact your score at all. Okay, now just to prove this out, that this is not a spendy event, I'm going to come in here with my alt, and my heroes on my alt are not nearly as strong as my main, and we're going to just show you how we can do the same thing. Here I'm setting my lineup with sort of my best heroes, and I really, like you can see, don't have as many to choose from that are in the +7 range, and I don't have any that are +8. So we're going to just kind of roll with these and see how we do. The first match is, of course, a pretty straightforward win, but here's where our strategy is going to be different from what we were doing when we were trying to rank. Now, at this point, I still need to be able to complete 5 challenges and to complete 5 wins and to get some scores if I want to be able to get these free attempts and keep going. So what I'm going to do is actually look now, instead of the high end of the points, I'm going to shop sort of the low end of the points and try to not jump too fast in the rankings so that I can be able to continuously win against the opponents that I'm seeing. So now I've completed 5 matches and I've won 5 matches, and I've also hit the first level of point ranking, so I've collected 3 of these mirrors, and now I have 3 more tries to keep going and doing the same thing. The key here is that I'm not trying to rank too high. I'm keeping my points a little bit on the low side so I can keep finding easy opponents that I can beat who don't have Anastasia at like +7 and +8 already, and I can make sure that I'm going to be able to win these matches so that I can keep collecting those mirrors, keep going, and keep getting aqua bindings. It's a cycle that you can keep going indefinitely as long as you kind of maintain your ranking in a place that you can keep winning. If you're getting to a point where all of your opponents are looking really kind of difficult to beat and maybe out of your range, it's time to pause, take a step back, let some more people play, pass you up in the ranks, and give you a chance to keep going again in a little while. Now let's take a peek. From that little bit of gameplay and not spending any money on that event, I was able to collect 53 more aqua bindings than I had before I started, and once I used them all, I actually unlocked the next tier and picked up some more Anastasia Shards and helped me get her to the next level. So this event is really cool. It's a nice event that's going to be kind of a level playing field, but also gives some of the top tier players a lot of chances to get her up to maybe like a +8. I hope this video was helpful, gave you some tips and tricks, help make this event a little bit more clear and understand how you can use it to really get an advantage and unlock Anastasia without spending money.